beautiful souls, and welcome to our free 4-day activation. So let me quickly check technology, make sure that it is all working, that I'm live in the right group, that you can hear me. It's always good to check. So let's have a look. I'm gonna wait a few moments for all of you to hop on. For those of you who are watching us live, for those of you who are watching us on replay, please say hello so I know that you're watching, and this is going to be just as powerful on the replay, so you don't have to feel bad that you're not joining us live. I know a lot of you are in completely different time zones, so that's absolutely fine. Okay, let's see if I can find my own video on Facebook. Yes, we are live. Amazing, amazing, and amazing. So I can see you are hopping on. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me just tag everyone so everybody can find us easily. For those of you who are watching us live, please say hello. Please tell me where you guys from. Tell me how you guys feeling. I'm feeling really, really super excited. What I've got to share with you today is so special. Not only today, but across the 4 days of our activations is so special to me, and it's so important. I think every healer needs to hear it. That's why, this work has completely changed my life, and that's why I'm so passionate about sharing it with other people. So just so you know, on this screen I have my notes because I've channeled what I wanted to share with you today. On this screen we have I see myself on Facebook, so I'll be able to see your comments. Hi Adelina, or Adeline, sorry, I'm not that good with names, so you must forgive me. Hi Debbie, how are you guys doing? Are you guys excited? Many people have been asking me how long will these sessions be. I honestly don't know. 60 minutes, probably a good guess, but we'll see how we get on. How the activations are structured is that I will be sharing with you knowledge first. And then we'll have activations, and before activations you also have, if you have any questions, I'll be able to answer any of your questions, simply because when I go with my flow I might miss some questions. So please do wait to Q&As for me to make sure I don't miss any questions. But it's really, hi Lucy, hi Robin, Catherine. I'm so excited to have you guys here. Thank you so much for joining me live. This means so much to me. Seriously, I've been connecting with so many beautiful souls, healers, light workers, spiritual workers, and you have guys joined my community. You have trusted me in this activation, even though you have no idea who I am. So I really love that you followed your soul's nudge to be like, you want to be in this video, you want to be in this group, you want to be in this activations. I really, really, truly appreciate you. And for those of you who have been with me for a long time, I appreciate you as well. This group means everything to me. It's all about us healers, light workers, heart-centered people coming together and helping one another have greater reach and really truly fulfill our purpose as a light worker, as a healer, so that together we can bring a beautiful impact into this world. So this means so much to me that you're here. So I just want you to know that. Hello Rachel, Karen Rose is here, Rebecca. Oh, so lovely. Thank you guys so much. How are you guys feeling? Are you guys excited? Are you ready for this? I'm definitely ready. So I just wanted to tell you more about the 4-day activation. So the 4-day activation that you're currently watching is really, it's basically for healers who are ready to reach their next level. It's for those of you who have been doing healing work or spiritual work for a while. You're good at it, you know what you're doing, you're helping people, but you have this feeling inside you saying to you, there's something more to it. Surely, I'm here to create a bigger reach. I'm here to create more impact, and I'm ready for it. So you might have been feeling like this for a while, that you're meant for more. You want to go global. You want to really start creating impact, but you're not sure how to get there. And this is what this activation is for, those of you. So what I'm going to be doing during those activations, I'm going to be, first of all, sharing with you my channeled 5D methodology. So this has been all channeled. Everything I'll be sharing with you is channeled from 5D consciousness, abundance consciousness, and the Pleiadians. These are the guys that I work with. And they've given me a completely new body of work for healers, especially because they know that the 3D way of doing business marketing does not suit us, and it's actually collapsing. And I'm going to tell you more about this in a minute. And it's, and the whole new body of work is mainly for healers to really help us create massive global reach as healers, so we can spread our gifts and create global impact, because that's why we're here. We healers, and collectively we're here to really raise vibrations of the planet and help humanity make this world a better place. So I'm going to be sharing with you every day the whole methodology that I have channeled, and then we're going to have Q&A sessions around the methodology, and towards the end of every day we're going to be doing activations. Okay, how does that sound? Hello. So many of you are joining me. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you being here and having your support. That has been fantastic. So I can't even see all of the comments, which is not great. Now I can. Okay, now I can. Good. We have people from Kent. I'm from Kent as well. High five, neighbors. The beauty of this work is that you connect with people from all around the world, and that's what I love the most. So let me introduce myself. Let me tell you a little bit more about me, myself, and my story, because I know that you guys have trusted me. You're giving me your time to, so I can share all this information with you. But some of you don't really know who I am, and I really love that you've completely trusted me, because I could be anybody, right? But I want to reassure you that what I will be teaching you today and across the other 3 days is this has been proven. It's been tested. Not only it's been channeled from a 5th dimension, and as you know, I work with abundance consciousness and the Pleiadians as well. But so it's all been channeled. So it has credibility, but it has also been tested and proven. So I've worked now with thousands of healers, and I've helped them individually and personally to go from having no business, healing business, all the way to 6-figure years, healing businesses in a 5D way. And I'll be explaining to you the difference between, what is 3D marketing in business and what is 5D, like what's the difference. But let me tell you a little bit about me. So I'm first of all a channel of a 5D consciousness, abundance consciousness, and the Pleiadians. But I'm also a healer. So when I've opened up my spiritual gifts, I've also become a healer, and they've given me a healing modality. And I'll be sharing with you how I do this work and how you can heal using my healing modality today as well. And of course, they've given me this whole new body of work, how to create successful healing businesses in a 5D way. And that's really what I've been so passionate about this, because it's completely changed my life. It changed my client's life, and I think every single healer needs to know this. So that's who I am. This is what I do. But I'm also a mom of 2 incredible children, Eric, who is 6, I can't believe he's 6, and Joy, who will be 3 years old in December. And believe it or not, my business exploded when I became a mom. So before this work, about 8 years ago, I connected to my purpose, and my purpose has not changed. My purpose has always been the same, of course, that I'm here to connect people to their purpose and help them fulfill their purpose, so that together we can create impact in the world and also monetize your purpose. But the way I help my clients has completely changed over the years, completely massively changed. So when I first started the business, I quit my job when I connected to my purpose. I became a qualified coach, so I'm actually a qualified coach by trade. When I quit my job, I seriously thought that as long as I'm visible and I'm passionate, and obviously my heart really was in the right place. I had the right intention when I was starting my business. I just wanted to help people. I seriously thought that if I'm visible and I'm speaking my truth, and people can feel my heart, they will come to me. My clients will come to me. And it didn't really happen. The first 2 months of my business, I was just learning so much about business, how everything works online. I knew absolutely nothing about business. My background has always been in psychology, than in HR, because that's the 9 to 5 job I had, which is completely out of alignment with who I am. So business was very, very new concept to me. So social media, online, I was never a social media person, believe it or not. So it was very, very overwhelming for me. And after 2 months of, not making any money, not getting even any interest from anybody, I decided to hire a coach. And of course, I hired a business coach, so she taught me how to use Facebook group to generate money. And I loved it, because for the first time ever, I had strategy and I knew what I had to do. And I reached my first 10K month. And it was like, oh my God, finally something is working. But what I didn't realize then, which now I know, is that the business strategy that she taught me was completely out of alignment with me. So the first year of my business was before I was even a mother. So this was my whole life, really helping people. And I was spending 12 to 14 hours a day every day trying to make this business work. And it worked. Of course, I was pushing and forcing, and towards the end of the year, I was completely burnt out. I wanted to give it all up, because I was like, if this is how hard it is to make money and to survive, I don't know if this is for me. And thank God I got pregnant and I became a mom in second year of my business. And that was like, it was completely revolutionary for me, because I've always been quite spiritual. I started really, when I became a mother especially, I realized, I want to be a mom first and foremost. I've always been a full-time mom with my children whilst I was doing this business. And it was so important for me to be a happy mom. I always said, happy mom will raise happy children. And so I had to completely change how I was running my business. I didn't have time to spend 12 hours a day running a business. I was a mom, exhausted, breastfeeding mother. Like, oh my God, it was, how it is when you have a first child. It's like, what's going on? And that was so good for my business, because at that moment I realized I'm just going to follow my guidance. Forget about business strategy that clearly don't work for me. I was so exhausted. I didn't align with anything. All the tactics that I've been taught, it just felt so yucky, so horrible to me. And I just didn't want to operate like that. So I completely shifted what I was offering. I started listening to my own intuition, to my own soul, my guidance, and I just went with the flow a lot of the time. And the minute I started combining business, because obviously you do need to have knowledge of how the business works, and especially with social media. So I'm not saying that's bad, that's really good. You do need to have that knowledge. But when I started combining that knowledge with spirituality, with my own guidance, that's when my business exploded. Because only in 6 months, I went from 30K a year back then to over 100K just in 6 months, working 1 to 3 hours a day as a full-time mom. So it blew my mind. It really, really blew my mind. And how I achieved it, although I'm a healer now, back then I wasn't a healer. And I didn't do any healing work. So a lot of people, when obviously, because I was working with healers, I've always worked with healers and spiritual workers. Whenever people ask me on podcasts or in events, how did you manage to scale? Like, obviously you did healing. And I was like, no, I personally didn't do any healing back then. For me, how I actually scaled and what got me to the first 6-figure from place of alignment and ease was embodiment. It was mainly embodiment and alignment. So that's what I used to teach back then. Just, business strategy, a little bit of business strategy, a lot of alignment, a lot of guidance, and soul guidance and embodiment. So I think it was the embodiment and the alignment work that really got me to the success. And my business was growing. I had a second baby. It was growing. Everything was going so smoothly. I was like, I won a lottery here. Everything was coming with so much ease and flow. I was just following my guidance. I was like, full-time mom. Everything was brilliant. To the point where, we sold our house. We got our dream house. I said to my husband, quit your job because you don't like what you're doing. Find yourself. And, I have proof, track record of running a successful business. You're absolutely fine quitting your job. And then everything collapsed. The minute we moved into this house, the minute my husband quit his job to find himself, to find his happiness, everything collapsed. So I went through a second spiritual awakening, which was which is why I'm here right now. And I'm so grateful for it now, but it took me many, many, many months. So you see that the problem with the fact that I didn't heal back then, it all came back, like coming back at me this time, okay? So all of a sudden, and it seriously felt like it was an overnight thing, everything I used to stand for, like, you know, the business strategy, the alignment, the embodiment, started feeling off with me, and I couldn't quite figure out what was happening within me and my business. And the kind of person I am is that if I don't believe in something, if something doesn't feel right to me, I'm not going to show up, and I'm not going to bullshit people. I'm just like, you know, if I'm not feeling it, I can't fake it. Like, that's who I am. And I knew that when I started thinking about what's happening to me and my business, I still really believed in soul alignment, of course. I believed in embodiment. I believed in all the spiritual side of my business, but I really didn't resonate with the business strategy anymore. And it broke me, because I was like, my purpose is to help healers make money so they can have global reach, and we can spread our gifts, and we can make this world a better place. So how do you do it when when you're not monetizing that business? Like, what the hell? Like, am I not doing business anymore? I was so confused. And I was going through a second spiritual awakening, which now I know I was really shedding my old identity. And it was very confusing for me. I lost complete sense of who I was, whether what I was doing before was actually correct, was right. So it was very, very confusing for me. And at that time, not only my business completely collapsed, that I didn't have any clients anymore, because I stopped showing up, because I didn't know what I was saying, what I was doing, who am I. But also my personal life fell apart. So my father was taken to hospital. He had heart surgery. He had to move in with me. So I was a full-time parent, full-time carer for my father, and I was trying to figure out what was happening in my business with no income coming in from my business. Okay, we had a little bit income coming from my business still from previous clients, but my husband just quit his job. There was no income. So you can just imagine how stressful the situation was. But deep down, I knew something bigger was coming, because I've always had that feeling like I'm meant for more. That's why I call this group Meant for Me More, because this feeling, that inner calling and your calling, will always move you forward. How many of you have that feeling that, you know, I'm meant for more, like I'm here to create big impact? Like, share with me, how many of you have that actually? That's nice. I'm already losing my voice. Helen, this is exactly where I am now. Good. I wanted to share my story with you, because I want you to know that I've experienced, and even my husband has always been like, you seriously go to sleep and you make money. You created success so quickly that it's almost like with no hardship. Like, it's unreal. Like, surely it's too good to be true. He always used to say that to me. And I was like, yeah, well, 6 years later, my business is still making money. So I don't know if it's too good to be true. So I know how to create success quickly through embodiment. But what I want to say to you is that, yeah, of course you can create success. But was it real success? Because when I was working with my clients before my spiritual awakening, I always felt that I had something more to offer. Something was missing in my offering. Something was missing in my business, in me. And I knew that I was so good at getting my clients to financial results. But you see, financial results were never really my fulfillment. That never, like, making money for my clients was never my fulfillment. My fulfillment always came from helping them connect to their purpose and really being in their best, you know, their best version of themselves. But back then, I couldn't connect them to their spiritual gifts, hidden gifts, something that makes them so unique, so new, because I just didn't have the abilities that I have now. So now looking back, for me, it wasn't a success. You know, of course, that was a lesson that I had to learn to then open me completely up and become a healer, channel this beautiful body of work that I'm going to share with you. And now, you know, one of the gifts is that I'm able to activate people. I'm able to activate people. I'm able to bring their gifts out because they're so hidden under our conditioning. And that's what I'm going to be talking to you about as well today. So after all this drama came, and, you know, with the second spiritual awakening, with being a full-time parent, full-time carer for my dad, somehow I knew I had to heal, and a lot started coming up, and I didn't know what to do with it because I wasn't a healer, so I had to hire healers. But then a beautiful thing happened when I started uncovering all these layers and layers of conditioning, of who am I, all these false identities that I've adopted. The most beautiful thing came that, obviously my gifts started activating, and I started receiving all this beautiful knowledge, and everything that is me right now and my business came through from that very, very, very difficult time. So I'm just sharing this story with you, not to be vulnerable and like, oh, feel sorry for me. It's just to show you different sides of success. And right now, even though financially I'm still at the same point as I was before, maybe slightly better, but it's very, very comparable. So for me, it's not about financial success, but what I do for my clients right now is so much more powerful, so much more impactful. Because back then, I couldn't understand why my clients were like, 1 minute they were embodied and they were making success, and then the next minute they were going back to their old identities. I was like, this doesn't make sense to me. But that's because I was not able to heal them at a deep level. So healing is massively important. And that's what exactly I was missing in my previous business. But at the same time, healing, it's not a direct correlation to your success, because you can see that you can make money, you can make a lot of money without healing. Okay? So I want you to know that healing is not directly correlated with your success. But it's massively important, because by healing, you'll be able to connect to things and your depth and your soul that will then help you create massive global impact. So I'm just checking comments. I love connecting with you guys. Rachel, yes. So are you feeling this meant for more feeling? Good. Mikhail, yes, this is where I am. Yes. Karen Rose, yes, I feel that I'm meant for more. Amazing, guys. And that's the thing, when you have that feeling, that undeniable feeling that you're meant for more, guess what? You are meant for more. So, so this is my story. And now what I want to say to you is that, of course, this activation is completely free. But please don't have the freebie mentality that, oh, it's free, therefore there's no value, there's no point me doing it. Because what I'm going to share with you, it's really, really important, especially for healers to hear. So please take it seriously. Embody whatever I'm teaching you, embody it and implement it in your real life. Because if you don't implement it in your real life, nothing will really happen. So taking action is very, very important. And when you do activation, also make sure you have space and time to do it in your own time. You're not being disturbed. You can do it multiple times. I'm going to leave this, I'm not going to say forever, but for a really, really long time here. So you can always catch replays of the activations as well. And also another thing I want to say is that for those of you, because throughout different days we'll be connecting to your soul will be channeling you, will giving you some guidance on different things for your business. But for those of you who will not be able to connect straight away, please know that when I work with clients, I work with them for nearly 6 months. So it is a process, it's a journey. And especially the first 5 weeks that we do when I work with clients, we only focus on their energetic expansion and healing. So there needs to be some sort of energetic preparation for this work. So some of you will be able to connect to things straight away, some will not. It doesn't mean that you're worse or you're better than others. It just means that you might need more healing before you connect to certain things, and that's it. But we all have this within us, okay? So yeah, now I want to tell you the difference between 3D marketing and business and 5D. So how many of you here on replay and on live, how many of you feel that you love helping people, you love what you do, but when it comes to creating a business from it, it feels really icky? You don't really like the business strategies, the marketing that surrounds it, sales, right? How many of you feel really, really icky about it? Put it in comments below, because I actually do want to I do want to converse. I want you guys to participate. The more you participate, the easier it will be for you to retain this information. So be an active participant, please. So how many of you feel a little bit off when it comes to marketing? How many? Nobody? Is there nobody in the house? Catherine, exactly. Thank you, Catherine. At least one person. And let me tell you, if you feel a little bit off when it comes to, well, first of all, I want to say is that this is the problem, because we see as this is us, this that, you know, we are healers, and this is our gift, and this is our power, and we truly want to spread our gifts, and this is, it comes from the right place, from the loving place. But then we think about business, and we're like, no, that's not who we are. No, that's just icky. No. And that's the problem. You need to remember that your business, your healing, is an expression of who you are. It's a vehicle that will help you really create impact and fulfill your purpose. But because of the 3D way of marketing in business, there's a conflict between who you are and the business and marketing side. Angelica, me, Michelle, I have always helped others. I do not mind some of the marketing. I do not like sending tons of emails. Yes, Kat, hey, Debbie, me, Helen, me, Karen, I kind of feel stuck about marketing, like not motivated, yeah. And when you're not feeling motivated, when you can't be bothered to show up, that just shows that you're out of alignment with how it is done. Lucy, yes, it is awful. So for those of you who don't feel aligned with the current 3D way of doing business, that's good, okay? That is good. That's a really, really good sign. Why? Because, you know, first time when the 5D consciousness and abundance consciousness came to me, the first thing they said to me is that the 3D, because I was asking, I was like, but why? Why do I not resonate with my business side of the business? And they said it's because it's rooted in 3D marketing and business strategy. And they said the 3D, the way the world knows how to do business just in a 3D way. That's what we've been taught. That's what you see online currently. Everybody uses 3D way of marketing and business, okay? But what the 5D consciousness says about it is that it's highly damaging to humanity because it's rooted in fear, consumerism, and greed. So when it comes to 3D business, it's all about making money. That's what businesses are for, right? Make money, make money, make money. And they see people as numbers. It's all about data. It's about statistics. It's about this and that. And it's all about logic and mind and ego. So 3D marketing and business strategies are rooted in those really negative frequencies, right? Low vibrational frequencies. And we as healers, we are heart-centered individuals. We're doing it from a place of love and we want to help, like genuinely want to help. So your vibrations are so much higher than the business strategies that you're trying to implement for your business. And therefore there's a conflict. There's no match. You're not matched with the 3D way of doing business. Does that make sense? Jackie, hates spending time doing the marketing. Yeah. It shouldn't take long as well. So I'll tell you all about this. I can't wait. Maybe not today, but in the next few days, we'll be talking a lot about, like the last day of our activation is all about 5D business strategy and marketing. So, and I will tell you exactly how you can channel your own business strategy, your own marketing, because we need to remember that as a collective healers, we're here to create the same impact. We're here to raise humanity level vibrations and create a better world. That's on a collective level. But what we need to remember is that individually, you have been given a purpose, or you have chosen a purpose for yourself. And that's your unique way of, adding to that, uplifting humanity. It's your own way of making this world a better place. And you actually have a very specific purpose. That's something we're going to be doing tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to be connecting you to your specific purpose as a healer here. So you know exactly what impact you're here to create, you know exactly the clients you're going to be helping, who are your actually destined clients. So you need to be very specific about it. But also, you have your own unique blueprint for creating success. So there's no one strategy that just makes everybody a millionaire. So all those coaches and healers or spiritual workers, whatever, teaching you this is the one and only strategy. If you use it and use it exactly how I use it, put you in the box, then you're going to become a millionaire. No, it doesn't work like this because we are all so unique and we are uniquely designed to create success. So I've worked with thousands and thousands of healers, and guess what? Not even one healer had the same strategy as another healer. We're all very different. So it's very important to connect to your soul and channel your own way of doing business. Does that make sense? It's a very different way, obviously, it's not a traditional way of doing business, but it's the only way that will work for you, because your soul is it's the best coach, healer, mentor you can ever get. So me, when I work with clients, and I'm a coach, of course, I'm a mentor, I'm a healer, but when I work with clients, I never tell them what they need to do. I can channel that for them, so I know the guidance is correct. But what I do is I connect them to their soul so they can channel things for themselves, and they can learn how to do it themselves, and they know how to heal themselves with my healing modality. So it's really important that you understand that. Don't follow anybody's advice. What you need to do is heal yourself, connect to your soul, and get guidance directly from your soul. Of course, it's good to have knowledge on how social media works, because you need that as well, because we still in a 3D reality, and you want to have global reach, and social media is the best for that. But my clients have offline businesses, online businesses, a bit of both as well. So again, it all depends what is your purpose here, and the best way for you to fulfill it. And the best person who knows that person is your soul. Okay? Karen Rose, that makes sense about 3D marketing. Yes, this makes so much sense. Exactly. Thank you. Yes. So now you know why the 3D marketing doesn't work for you, and that's why you feel icky, because your soul is telling you this is not the right path for you. There's a better way for you. Okay. So the 5D marketing, even talking about business and marketing, doesn't sound right from the 5D perspective. They always say, when it comes to selling, they say, we're spreading our love through our gifts, right? But obviously I use the words marketing and business because you guys don't understand what I'm saying. But again, it doesn't feel quite right. So when it comes to 5D, why is it so different? It's because the intention, behind 3D is making money, making profit. The intention behind 5D is very different. It's love, okay? So they say that, the success comes from, the marketing needs to be rooted in love, connection, heart-to-heart connection with your clients, and authenticity. Authenticity is the key, because right now what's happening with the 3D marketing is absolutely disgusting, especially in coaching industry, in healing industry, in spiritual industry. There's so many lies that, I've had healers and coaches who have completely done me over. But there are also amazing people out there. But that's why I'm so passionate about this, because especially as healers and spiritual workers, if you're not telling the truth, if you're bullshitting people just to make money, that's wrong. That's wrong. And 5D consciousness always said to me, we as healers need to come together. Because right now what's happening is that we are all working individually, behind our screens, hiding, not really dimming our lights. And what we need to do, that's why I have this group, is for all of us to finally join forces. And I'm not saying we all have to do the same thing. No, we all have very individual purposes to fulfill in a completely different way. But what we need to do is come together and really help each other out, and to help one another rise. And when we show the world how business can be made and done from a place of love, connection, authenticity, everybody will look at us and be like, how did they manage to be so successful? And I know that's my path, right? That is my purpose. First, they told me, focus on healers. You're really good at healers and spiritual workers. Focus on them, roll out this methodology, because 3D marketing is going to collapse. Because as you know, the world, our consciousness on the planet is rising. It's shifting to 5D. Not everybody is there yet, so it's a massive shift that is currently happening. But as people are becoming more and more conscious and they're shifting to 5D, naturally the 3D business models will collapse, and they will collapse hard, and people will be so confused why things that worked for me a year ago, 5 months ago, why they're not working now. Why? Because people's consciousness is changing. So stop using 3D business marketing, because it's not only doesn't serve you, but it doesn't serve your clients. It's rooted in the wrong frequency. Yes, you can see that I'm very passionate about this. So Okay, coming together, I love that. Yes, we all need to unite energetically. There's no like we are all as one, absolutely. But we need to like really bring people together as healers. That is so, so important. Um, so the key to your success, I work with abundance consciousness. So, my purpose here is to help, first of all, to understand how abundance works and receive abundance and give it to other people. And when I asked abundance consciousness, so with healers, how can we make them abundant? Because ultimately, I want you guys to be abundant. And when it comes to abundance, I talk about emotional abundance. I'm talking about health, wealth, everything, all together. Okay. And abundance clearly said, the only key to your abundance is fully expressing who you came here to be. So, to break it down, it's you need to be very clear on who you are underneath all the conditioning, your purpose, your impact. You need to know exactly who you are. And you need to uncover and activate your special soul-given gifts. And not many people know that, not many healers know that. So what typically happens, and tell me if this is you, or tell me if I'm wrong, but typically what happens, and because I've worked with so many of you now, I know this, what typically happens is that you getting trained in a healing modality. Let's say Reiki. Reiki is super popular, right? So you get trained, and then you say, okay, I'm a Reiki practitioner. And then that's your identity. That's what you think, that's who you think you are. And then you go out there and you promote yourself as a Reiki practitioner. Okay? I'm not going to go into why that's wrong. I'm going to talk about this on day 2 or 3, I can't remember. But the problem here is the identity. And the problem with a lot of training providers is that they tell you must follow exactly what we teach. Otherwise, you can't be part of our school. And I've had so many healers who were so terrified of breaking free from that box that kept them stuck. And I'm not disregarding different modalities, because I think they're so important. I think they're doing amazing work, because I think it's good for people to be trained in different modalities. And I was speaking to one person, I can't remember her name now, but literally 2 days ago, she said, I completely agree with your point of view. I teach people my modality, and I always say to them, this is just a framework and you make it your own. And I'm like, hallelujah, people are getting it now. It's good to have a framework, but then what you need to do is you need to make everything your own, because your power, your uniqueness comes from your own intuitive guidance and your soul guidance. So if you have a box and you say, okay, as a Reiki practitioner, I need to do this, 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 and this, or as that kind of healer, I need to do everything step by step and step. Otherwise, it's not going to work, and I'm going to be a bad healer. Well, that is completely blocking your uniqueness and your power as a healer. Okay, so that's when it comes to 5D methodology for healers, is they really put emphasis on your uniqueness. You need to become who you're meant to become here on this earth. So you need to remember that when we come to this world, we are very open, we are very connected to the other world. But as we grow, as we experience conditioning, as we experience our family and surrounding, we get molded to a different person or different version of yourself. And that becomes our identity. And we think this is who we are. And that's why we get a job that doesn't align with us. That's why people are so depressed now, because we live life as a society completely inauthentically. Because we follow guidance and rules from the society. And guess what? When I work with healers, we all have the same doubts, fears, blocks, the same. Even though we're very different people. I work with people all around the world. Different cultures, different upbringing, but yet we have the same layers of blocks, like the same blocks, So it's so important to understand that who I think I am might not be the person I am. Because what happens is, you need to understand as well, is that what attracts your clients to you is your light. Literally, your energy. I wish I was so poetic. That's not a metaphor, okay? That's quite literal, what I mean. Your light, your energy. The bigger your energy is, the brighter your light is, the easier it is for you to magnetize clients. But what happens is as healers, we are very guarded because we are genuinely and generally a very loving, kind, gentle souls. And we want to help people. We are so loving, we're so giving. And people take. And we get hurt and we close our heart and we put walls around our hearts. So when your heart, if this is your heart and your soul and this is your light, and there are walls that we build to protect our heart, and then there are so many layers of conditioning on top of it, of fears, of worries, of doubts. Am I good enough? Will my business work? Am I just, all the usual, right? All the usual fears. They are completely blocking your light. So that's why it's so difficult for you to magnetize clients, because you're dimming your light. Not only because you're not stepping into who you're truly meant to become. You're at soul level. So we need to uncover all these things to really connect to your soul level. Who are you at your soul level? And at soul level, when you connect to your soul identity, your purpose will be so obvious to you. Like, oh my God, yes, this is what I'm meant to do. This is the impact I'm going to create. And then that's when your gifts get activated. This is what happened to me. Okay, that's how I became a channel, a healer, and so on. That's what happened to me, because as I started healing all these layers, the light started coming out and my gifts got activated. And they're very unique, very different. And when this gets activated, you realize that yes, all these healing modalities I've learned, they're amazing start for me, but there's so much more that I'm actually here to bring. This is why I'm here for more. I am meant for more feeling. That's because you're not connecting to your power within you. And what happens to my clients as well is, and with me, it was the same story, that when you start connecting to your gift, you start channeling wisdom, knowledge that you've been gathering throughout all your different timelines. That is so needed in today's world. And that's exactly what you need to give to your clients, because that is what your clients need. So now that you're not embodying yourself, you're not embodying who you truly are at soul level, you're completely missing your clients, because your destined clients are waiting for you to step into the right version, or at the soul level, the soul identity. So you can not only bring your light out, but you can bring the right gifts to them and the right knowledge. And that's when you bring a completely new body of work. I have clients who created their own modalities, new body of work, new teachings, new methodologies, and that's theirs. That is what they meant to bring on this earth, and that is when they start fulfilling their purpose. And when you fulfill your purpose, that's when the impact happens. But if we are being like sheep and we follow people's different modalities, and I have clients who have like 7 different modalities, and they don't know who they are. They're like, yeah, but I'm a this healer, and I'm a that healer, and I'm a crystal Reiki practitioner, and I'm this, and I'm a coach, and I'm a mentor. I'm like, oh my God, whoa, this is spinning my head already. But who are you? And they don't know. And this is the biggest problem in our healing industry. People don't know, healers don't know who they are, and they're missing out on their greatness. And that's why they're not able to fulfill their true purpose, and therefore we're not creating impact in the world. Does that make sense? Okay, let me catch up on the comments because this evening when my kids go to bed, I'm going to be scrolling through every single comment, and I'm going to reading it properly, because I love connecting with you guys. Yes, very true. Yes, created sacred exchange retreats to help healers come together, create community, and refill our cups. Amazing. We are all intuitive, and we need to learn on our intuition, to lean on our intuition to develop ourselves on our... Absolutely. Yeah, and I love that you guys are connecting. This is what this community is all about. So never feel bad of like talking about what you do. Like, that's what I want to hear. I love hearing about your businesses, about what you do, what you offer. Like, that's how we spread our light. So please always feel free to share and to connect with one another. That's like, you have my green light for that. Okay, so so you need to also remember that this is a holistic process. So I know a lot of healers who think, oh no, it's all about healing. The more I heal, the more success I'll reach, and it's all about healing. But as I mentioned in my previous story about success, I created financial success from absolutely no healing. And I've also known healers who worked with me who were like, I've been healing for 7 years and I'm still not getting anywhere. What's the roadblock? So I want to say to you, healing is extremely important, because as you can see, without healing, without pulling all these layers, pulling out all these layers, you will never be able to connect to your truth, to your light, to your power, to your gifts, to everything you've got to offer to this world. So healing is massively important, but it's not directly linked to your financial success, okay? Or healers go the other way and they're like, okay, it's all about marketing, and they go to all these like spiritual Facebook groups and they just promote, I'm a Reiki practitioner, and everybody sounds the same because you've all been trained in the same modalities, right? So you completely disappearing in a crowded marketplace. So I want to say to you that without embodiment, like embodiment is massive here. So, you know, stepping into who you truly are, first of all, you need to identify who you truly are and what your purpose is and what your gifts are and what's the wisdom you're here to share with the people. And that's what we're going to be doing tomorrow. So tomorrow is very, very important. And tomorrow we're going to meet at 12 o'clock, not 1 o'clock, okay? So that's very important, but then you need to start embodying that person. And what the most beautiful thing is that when you start getting into alignment, when you start connecting to your soul and you start channeling for yourself, the action follows from that. So you will start being intuitively guided as to what's physical, practical, and strategic steps you need to be taking in your business to go out there and really like nail it. Really connect to people and attract clients to you. But embodiment is also the key. So the 5D methodology is a very, very holistic approach, because we do it all. We do healing, we do the business, obviously from a 5D perspective, and embodiment, which is crucial. Okay, so the first step in, you know, really creating a successful healing business in a 5D way is remembering who you truly are. That's really, really the first step. And a lot of people jump over that, and they do healing, and they don't have really the foundations of their business, which is really the foundation of your business is who you truly are, and they jump straight into marketing, and they're wondering why it doesn't work. It doesn't work because you haven't found yourself yet. Oh, I see that some people are struggling with, am I freezing? Am I freezing? Hopefully on a replay you'll be able, like, everything will be fine, because I think it doesn't show anything for me. So the first step in creating a successful healing business in a 5D way is remembering who you truly are. And the first step to do this is through healing, okay? So, but the first thing to say about healing is do not force it, because I've had so many healers who were just like seriously sitting down thinking, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? There's absolutely nothing wrong with you. That's the start. We are all here with some wounds, blockages from this life, past lives, right? There's absolutely nothing wrong with us. We just need to heal those layers. That's the process. So 5D consciousness talks a lot about not rushing this process. This is a massive transformational process. Although people see me still as a healer and a business, you know, it's all about business, like we want to create this amazing spiritual and healing business. Yes, but you need to remember that it is your personal spiritual journey, and it's a massive journey. Remember, we need to really let go of all the blocks. We need to let go of your old identities. The identity that you thought you've been your whole life has to go. So it's a massive, massive process, okay? And they always tell me that it's not about rushing this process. Everything has to happen naturally. But as you let it all happen and unfold naturally, that's when you quantum jump. That's when you collapse time. That's why, you know, when I work with clients, they're able to reach 6-figure years in a matter of, 6-7 months. Because when you really getting into your alignment, when you get all the guidance that you need, when you go with flow and ease and everything just starts flowing to you, you magnetize clients to you, and that's when actually you quantum jump, okay? But if you force everything, if you don't surrender, if you don't trust, if you try to do things from your mind and your ego, that's when you create blocks, and that's when things take longer to appear in your physical reality. So it's very important to let it all happen naturally, let everything that needs to be healed come to the surface, so then you heal, okay? And you can never be 100% healed unless you're fucking enlightened. So remember that it's a process. So when I work with clients, I work with them for 6 months, and every week we heal. So we have two things: we're healing and we're doing business channeling. Healing, business channeling, healing, business channeling. First 5 weeks, we're just doing healing and expanding their energy. So it's a process. So you never really stop healing. And even, now I don't in my second spiritual awakening, I was healing every single day. There was just so much I needed to heal. But right now, I very rarely heal. Not many things come up anymore. They do occasionally, maybe once every 2-3 months I need to heal. But it is forever evolving. You're evolving spiritually, you're evolving at soul level as well. So naturally you will heal. Every time you reach a different level in your business, you need to heal, because you need to jump to the next level and the next and the next and the next. Does that make sense? Karen Rose, happening naturally feels good and right, amazing. And that's exactly why business can be so easy, because when you realize that business is an extension of who you are, and that's exactly what magnetizes clients to you. It's all about you, and you have so much love and appreciation for you, because again, another thing they say is that, you need to treat yourself like you're a master, like you are creating a masterpiece. You're not just creating another program. You're not just creating like another healing session. You are do you understand how big this is? Like, you are creating something so important to humanity. They're gonna give you all the channeled wisdom and knowledge, and you have all the right gifts and skills and ability and energetics, and we're going to be talking about that tomorrow when it comes to your gifts as well, like what exactly does that mean. But you have everything you need right now to make it a massive success and to create a massive impact in the world. You really, really do. But it's just it's about letting it all out. And I'm not saying it's an easy journey. It's definitely not easy, especially when it comes to letting go of the old identities. And the emotions will be there, but once you pass that stage, then it really can be quite easy and breezy. Okay, so what we definitely need to heal is conditioning. Okay, that's the first thing. As I said, there's lots of layers in conditioning, and all these blocks. That's the first thing we need to heal. So I've already said that. I've sort of went off the script here. So how can we heal? And I know for a lot of you already are healers. So you have your own different ways of healing. And I think that's very important. Use your tools, use your modalities, use whatever you can to help yourself. And they're all valid. I'm not disregarding any healing modality. I love them all. I really do. And I've probably experienced them all as well. But so they're so beneficial. So use them. But I want to share with you how I do with my clients. So maybe, it will give you some tools as well to help you heal. So whenever anything comes up, if you feel like I'm not motivated to do marketing, or I don't want to do sales calls, or does anybody do sales calls anymore? That's so for me anyway. But if anything comes up to you, or fear, for me the massive fear was when I got given this new vision of, this is what you're going to do, you have this 5D methodology, go out and rule out to the world. I was like, they got the wrong woman, I can't do that, excuse me. So obviously there was massive fear. Can I really do this? Do I really understand it enough? Lots of fear. So if anything comes up, you do need to heal. Okay, that's your point where okay, I need to sit down and sort this out, because it will be ruling the show. It will be ruling the show for you. So what I do with my clients, I'm going to take you through the methodology and take whatever you like from the methodology and use it for yourself. Okay, so the first thing, of course, I connect my clients to their soul, and we ask them, what block is coming up for them. And of course, for me, every week we're focusing on different things. But, let's say we healing abundance blocks, and what is blocking your abundance, let's say. And the soul will tell them, you know, fear, this, that, and we go deeper. Don't just go with the first thing that comes. Go deeper into, okay, but what else? What else? What else? And your soul will give you lots of different things. And then ask your soul to take you back in time where this block was created, where you felt all those different things that your soul has given you. And typically you will go back to your past life. And there you want to really find out who has created this block for you. Because there'll be people that created this block for you. And what we want to heal is that relationship with those people. Sometimes it will be with one person, sometimes it will be with multiple people, sometimes you will be involved as well, that you created that block for yourself. So it's very important to then heal relationship with every single person who has created that block for you, and release them, completely release them. And sometimes you will feel like, so that's a nice and linear way of healing, but of course sometimes things are a bit tangled. So you might need to heal, like sometimes from those healings, you know, we heal a generational trauma, like, you know, mother line or father line, and, you know, it goes through lots of different generations back, and you can heal it all in one healing. That's absolutely fine. And it's important to let it all go. Right? Like as you heal it, then you release them all. All these people who have created this block for you, you release them all. Then the next thing we want to do is we want to go back in time. So you're going to ask your soul, take me back to the time where I was just energy floating around, where my soul decided that this was the life I wanted to experience. And your soul will take you to that time. And then you can ask your soul, what was your soul's purpose for that particular lifetime that you've just experienced? And it will give you the purpose. It could be to create wealth, or it could be to, I don't know, it could be anything, like, you know, to find peace. I don't know. It could be anything. And then what you want to do is ask your soul, show me how my life meant to unfold if I managed to fulfill my purpose. How would that look like? And of course, by that point, you have already healed all the blocks, and you heal the blocks from, you know, you heal the relationship with the people who have created this block. So typically, you know, this is almost like checkpoint if you have healed enough, and if you did the healing properly, because then your soul should really show you how your healed life should look like when you fulfilled your purpose. And by fulfilling your purpose, you are learning. You are gathering all this wisdom and knowledge that you have learned from that past life, so you can use it in this lifetime. Does that make sense? So what we want to do then is we want to bring that lifetime, the healed lifetime, into your body and activate it. And activate your body. So this lifetime, healed lifetime, will be now activating your body, and it will be spreading golden, beautiful energy in your body. It will be activating your cells, so that you know that this is your past now. So you have actually rewritten your past energetically. And when you rewrite your past energetically, it makes a difference in your current reality. So it's very important, because when you bring that lifetime into your body, you are embodying you from that lifetime, embodying, like, you know, that you fulfill your purpose, all the teachings, all the lessons, all the wisdom already is in your body. It's ready to be activated and embodied in this lifetime. So your past lives can be directly linked into this life and can really, really help you grow and succeed. This is exactly what I need to hear today. Thank you. I had to log off and come in on my phone. Okay, cool. I'm glad you guys working this out. No to sales goals. I love that. Catherine, is it emotional code? I have no idea. You know what? When I had my, you know, the business before this business, you know, I knew something was missing in my business, and I knew it was healing. I knew I couldn't heal people, and I knew that was a big problem. So I have looked at different healing modalities. I wanted to learn how to heal, but nothing, although I love them all, and I've really tried a lot of modalities out there, I have never really resonated with any single one of them for me to be like, yes, I want to learn it. So I actually don't know what healing modality, you know, this healing modality has been given to me from 5D consciousness and all these, you know, my guides. So I actually don't know whether this is emotional coding, whether this is this. I have no idea. They just tell me how to do it. And even now when I work with clients one-on-one, sometimes we go a different way, and they keep showing me different tools, different, just, you know, I really go with my guidance. So I don't have like a specific name for it. I actually don't know how to name it. Maybe that's something I need to work on. But yeah, it just comes through whenever I'm doing the sessions. So hopefully that helps. So yeah, so after that's done, after you have activated your body with all this beautiful wisdom and knowledge, you have rewritten your past, and that other past, the unhealed past, completely does not exist anymore. And I've had clients who actually didn't remember their blocks. They don't remember their blocks, they don't remember their past lives. They're like, everything is like so hazy. And that's how you know, like, you've done a good job at healing people. So what happens after is that we don't only just want to heal the root cause of your block in that past life. We want to go further. We want to heal that. We want to heal that block across all your different timelines, in your past lives, different past lives, and in your current life, because it's very common that obviously you having those fears because there's something from past lives, but also in your current life. So then what I say to my clients is, you know, visualize a big screen being pulled up in front of you, and ask your soul to show you all the different episodes across all your different lifetimes, past lives, current life, show you on that screen where you've experienced that block. And you will see images popping up, or however, like, people experience it in a different way. And then you heal that. You heal that, you bring golden energy into it and make it grow. So all you can see is just beautiful golden bright light, and then you release it. And you release it until it's completely gone. And that's when you know that you have healed your blocks across all different timelines, so that it will never appear ever again. And of course, when it comes to attracting clients, abundance, money, those blocks can be different layers. There might be different layers to those blocks, but you will never go back. You will never have to go back and heal the same block ever again. There might be different layers to the same block, okay? But it will never be the same block, if that makes sense. And then at the end, what I do is we do tapping, and I channel for my client exactly what they need to hear to really embody and anchor everything they've gone through in our session, in our healing session. So again, you can do that. You can just open yourself up and say, you know, I want to tap, I want to really anchor it. So if you were healing abundance blocks, what you can say is, you know, is there anything I need to hear and know to really anchor and embody my abundant self? And, you know, whatever comes through, you tap, and that's it. So let me know if this has helped you in any way. If you might be familiar with it, with these practices, or if this is completely new. Sorry. So this will be the end of our day one. Tomorrow is a very, very important day, because we'll be connecting you to your soul's purpose, the impact that you're meant to create, like your unique individual impact. We'll be telling you how to open yourself to your gifts, how to connect to your soul, giving gifts, how to start channeling the wisdom and knowledge that will make you so unique, so powerful, and so magnetic. So we'll be doing that tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm coming on here at 12 o'clock, simply because my son has an open afternoon and I cannot at school, and I cannot miss that for the world. So that's why I had to move this session a bit earlier tomorrow. But same place in this group, 12 o'clock. Guys, do you have any questions for me? Let me know if you have any questions before we do our activation today. As I'm looking out for questions, what we're going to do in our activation today is we're going to be opening your heart. We're going to be dissolving the walls, so all the blocks that's currently surrounding your heart and blocking your light. We'll try to heal it and dissolve, and as a result you'll be able to expand your energy. Energetic expansion is very, very important, because that is what helps you bring more clients in. Because a lot of my clients healers, they want to have clients, but their energy is so contracted that they're not able to hold any clients, or they're not able to hold as many clients as they wish energetically. So it's very important to open your energy and let your light shine, because that is how magnetism really works. I'll be Karen Rose. Hang on. Helen, yes, this is familiar. I work in a similar way sometimes with clients. Amazing. Karen Rose, I will be meditating right after this live. I'm looking forward to it. Yes, yes. Helen, beautiful. I've just had cacao. Oh, amazing. Guys, okay, so if you have questions, put them there. If you have more questions after today's session, bring them tomorrow. That's absolutely fine. Or post them in the comment section. I will be going through your comments later on. But let's start the activation. You might want to put some nice music on. Typically when I work with clients, I have my music on. It really helps them and me, but I know Facebook can penalize that, can block it. So I'm like, okay, we can do it without music. That's fine. Alison, hi. Sorry I'm late. Seems to time for yes. You have missed quite a bit, but don't worry about it. You can watch it on replay. So I'm gonna do the activation now, so you can join us for the activation. I don't know if the activation will make sense to you now. You might need to have the background information for it. But I'm glad you made it. Well done. I'm really happy you're here. So you can do the activation with us and you can catch up on the teachings on the replay. So are you guys ready? Tell me if you're ready. Remember to do this when you're in a safe place, when you have time for yourself. And don't worry if you're not able to get in any information. As I said before, you know, it takes a little bit of practice and healing to be able to connect quickly. But this is definitely a good beginning. So when you are ready, close your eyes, sit comfortably, and take 3 deep breaths in and out. With every breath, you connect more and more. You go deeper and deeper and deeper. You go deeper and deeper into relaxation. You can feel your breathing is deepening. Your body is fully relaxed. You can feel everything is slowing down. And you go deeper and deeper into relaxation. You can see roots coming out of your feet and the bottom of your spine, going down into the earth, traveling down through the earth, going down, 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 all the way down. And as you see your roots traveling down, you go deeper and deeper into relaxation. You can see your roots traveling all the way to the earth's core, and there you see beautiful color. That's the color your soul truly needs right now. And you see this color is now traveling through your roots, going up, 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 all the way up, all the way up to your feet. And now you see this color is traveling through your feet, going up through your legs. It's going to your abdomen, your chest, your arms and hands, your neck, and it's going all the way to the top of your head. Take a deep breath in and out. You see your whole body is now filled with this beautiful color. And now you see your channel is opening up. And you see golden bright light coming from above. We only work with unconditional love and the purest, highest form of light. And that's exactly what you see coming from above, going into your channel. And as it hits your channel, it clears anything that doesn't belong there. Anything that doesn't belong there simply dissolves and disappears. And you see this golden light is now traveling down into your heart center. And as it reaches your heart, you can feel your heart is opening. Your heart is fully open now. And you can see the light is filling up your heart. It's filling it up, filling it up, filling it up with this beautiful golden light. And as it fills your heart with golden light, you can feel your energies expanding. And now the light is overflowing to your chest area. And it's going outwards. Now I want you to focus on your heart. I want you to go inside, inwards, and see your heart. And you can see that there are some walls around your heart. Everything that is blocking you from truly connecting to your light, from expanding your energy. You can see it all surrounding your heart. Here you can just focus on seeing the walls, or you can ask, what exactly are your blocks right now? So you might use this to then later on heal the blocks. Whatever way you do it, it's just perfect. Go with the flow. Now you see golden bright light coming from above. And it's entering your heart again. But this time, it penetrates the walls. As the light is going through the walls, you can see the walls simply dissolving and disappearing. Take a deep breath in and out. Let it all happen naturally. See the light dissolving the walls, the blocks, anything that's standing in your way to connecting to your light. And as you see your walls fully dissolving and disappearing, you can see your heart growing bigger. You feel lighter, you feel free. Your heart is receiving all this golden energy freely. It doesn't have to go through the walls to reach your heart anymore. It's a pure connection. And you can feel your heart expanding, growing bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And you can feel and see this light coming out of your chest. And now it's going to your whole body. The golden energy from above is filling your whole body. It's coming from your heart center and it's growing bigger and bigger and bigger. It's expanding more and more and more. And you can see your whole being is now filled with this golden energy. And now you can feel your energy is expanding. You can see yourself growing bigger and bigger and bigger. The golden light is expanding your energy. And as you expand your energy, your own light is growing bigger and bigger and bigger. It's growing bigger and bigger and bigger. It's getting so big that now you're floating. And you can see our earth. And you're so big that you could actually embrace the whole planet. That's how big your being is. That's how light you are. Your energy is so big, so massive. And you can see that your light now is spreading across the globe, and it's connecting to your soul aligned clients' hearts. And you can feel this beautiful flow of energy, the unconditional love between your heart and their hearts. So you can see that the golden bright energy is coming from above. It's fueling you, your energy, your light. And now you're spreading your light to your soul line clients across the globe. And all you can feel is this beautiful unconditional love that you have for yourself and your clients. Take a deep breath in and out. You can always return to this place. But for now, I'm gonna bring you back. So take 3 deep breaths in and out. And as you're breathing, I want you to see and feel your energy coming back into your body. It's coming back into your body, coming back, coming back, coming back, coming back. You can see your channel is closing now. You see your roots coming back up from the earth's core all the way to your feet, but they're still grounded underneath the earth. And you see a golden bubble surrounding you, protecting you and your energy. You can now feel and see your energy fully coming back into your body. You're back into your body now. You're back into the room. And when you're ready, open your eyes. So, how was this for you guys? I think my comments are a little bit delayed because right now I can see you guys saying ready for the activation. That's really good. Okay, let me know in comments below how that was for you. What have you experienced? It will be good. It will be great to see what you guys experienced. Are there any questions before I go? Are there any questions? Let me just check I can't see any comments now. So what have I done here? Oh, I see comments now. Okay. Okay, I don't know if I can actually see any new comments, but if you guys have any questions, put them in comments below. I'll definitely get back to you, or you can bring them tomorrow to our session. So remember, our session is at 12 o'clock. I'll be sending out emails reminding you about the change of time. And for those of you who, and I'll be sending out replays links as well. So you can find the replay here. I'm not going to be moving it from here, but I'll be sending it to your email address so you can have the link straight to this video as well. So guys, thank you so much for making this such a beautiful session for me as well. Thank you so much for coming, and I'll see you tomorrow. I'm sending you lots of love. Bye guys. Mwah.